Hello, welcome to Manchester Piccadilly. And this was a suggestion actually on last Sunday's stream by Southwestern. He was saying, well, why don't you do a trip on Train Sim Classic from Manchester Piccadilly to Hazel Grove? And that's kind of in lieu of the Manchester Commuter Route coming out this coming Tuesday as I'm recording this. If you're watching, obviously, a little while after, it might already be out. But we're in the Northern 319. These were taken out of service last year, but of course now you might recognise them and see them as 769s, of course, which are bi-mode trains. But this is still in their guise as a 319. Let's get the cab set up. This is an Armstrong Powerhouse unit, so as you might expect, it's very detailed. Get the AWS on, and as the signal is green, we'll get the DRA switched off. I think that's off anyway, isn't it? No, that's off. Cab looks as though it's pretty lit up, and we also let's get the doors open anyway, by the way. And we can set up the GSMR. Let's just have a check on what the signal number is. It's 380, isn't it? And we are to Hotel 04. So let's get this in. So 2. There we go. Knew I'd do it wrong. To Hotel 04. That's the E button. So we said 380 is the signal, didn't we? There we go. That should do us. Did I actually click on doors open? No, I didn't, did I? Not properly. Now we can't set the destination blind up, unfortunately. Because Hazel Grove isn't an option. There's probably some patch somewhere, I would imagine, which includes some of the other northern destinations, but if there is, I haven't got it installed. Yeah, so we've got the gas light on there, so we're okay. That means we can go, and of course it is fairly low speed to begin with out of Piccadilly, so 15 miles an hour. I was originally thinking about doing this as a Northern 323 run, and I do have a Northern liveried 323, a reskin, of course, originally from the Birmingham Cross City line. Piccadilly looking magnificent there, by the way, doesn't it? Still one of the best add-ons that we've had from Train Sim Classic, of course, created by Pennine Pacer on Just Trains, but it's a lovely representation of the station and the surrounding area. But yeah, the 323, we had that Vulcan Productions pack, which massively improved it. It included a great sound pack as well, but for some reason it's messed up the Northern 323. It's also not absolutely great to drive. It's a little bit simplistic, and I think it could massively do with an Armstrong Powerhouse upgraded sound pack, really, and an enhancement pack. That would be pretty good. It's that big network rail building, isn't it, which kind of dominates the scene out of Piccadilly. Right, we go up to 45 miles an hour now. I do love these old 319 units. Of course, they were built by Burrell, and they were for use on the Bedford to St Pancras line. Well, Bedford Thameslink line anyway, so sort of Bedford Brighton to begin with. The 317s were built for that route originally, but then when they thought about opening up the tunnel and having that possibility of doing full runs from Bedford to Brighton, they needed a train that could switch over from AC mode to DC mode, which of course they do at Farringdon, and the 319 was the kind of the first train to be able to do that pretty much. Okay, the 313 as well, but the idea was that the 319 was a little bit faster. Would have been lovely actually to have had Hazel Grove as an option in the Alan Thompson route coming out. That would have been quite a nice thing. Maybe that's a possibility for the future. I mean, people have obviously talked a lot about the Crewe extension being put in, and maybe another unit, perhaps, say, I don't know, a 331 would probably be a logical choice. I must admit, personally, I'd be quite chuffed if they could kind of do the Sheffield line as far as Hazel Grove, because it'd be a logical point to extend some of these commuter operations. And we've just passed Longside Depot as well, which again will be a feature of the Alan Thompson route. I have to say, you don't want to linger around the camera angle too much at Longside Depot on the Train Sim Classic one, because there is a chance it'll dump on you. That's probably why there's not an absolute myriad of traffic around in this section. Here's Levenshulme Station. We are all stations to Hazel Grove, about 32 minutes it should be, all told. And I was thrilled when this route came out actually, and it's a nice run through to Sheffield as well, and great that we have the extension to Buxton as well. I'll try and remember that it's F3 to get rid of the screens. But yeah, they got some lovely custom models as well. I mean, look at that for detail. And actually, you go down there. This bridge, CMP 217, Albert Road at Levenshulme. There's even a phone number on there as well. They aren't the most noisiest of trains from the cab. I mean, I did actually download the sound mod for this, but it just sounded a little bit too windy from the cab actually, so I ended up reinstalling it without it. But there's nothing massively wrong with the original Armstrong Powerhouse sounds. But it is an interesting little section, I have to say, and really absolutely can't wait for this route to come out on Train Sim World. I think we might have had a neutral section there, that's why there was a small delay in getting the power back on, because I'd obviously not observed it properly, and you have to kind of shut down the power and restart it again. So we've got an East Midlands Trains 158. So again, as I'm recording this, the official preview video from Dovetail Games for Manchester Airport Commuter Route is on Monday night, and then that's ahead of its release on Tuesday, and I'm planning on doing a live stream on the Tuesday. Only 3-step brakes on this thing. Oh yeah, it's Y for the DRA, isn't it? You know, I keep interchanging some of the different buttons with Train Sim World and get confused. But again, look at that, an incredible detail. And that sign as well, that is lovely. And this is one of my favourite bits about the station as well. You have this lovely little concourse there. And I like that, the Manchester Evening News with the for the news agents. We've got a cross-country train coming through, cross-country 170. So next stop is Stockport, and this was the first representation of Stockport as well in Train Sim Classic, and well, the only one really. And of course it will be in Train Sim World as well. I forgot to point it out, but we have passed Slade Lane Junction as well, which of course takes you onto the Style line, and not on Train Sim Classic, but that's the branch to Manchester Airport, and avoid Stockport. So we are 20 just before the station. We're going to go over in a minute the incredible Stockport Viaduct. This is Heaton Norwich Junction. Not very often used, that line there. Now we'll have to try and get a few brakes on here actually. So put ourselves into step 3 ready. I'm trying to desperately get a view of the viaduct there. Yeah, that's perfect actually. So now we can see the viaduct. You've got the famous Hat Museum forgot to show you the motorways we were going over, and there wasn't time really. Interesting to see if the Hat Museum's on Train Sim World 5, because that's always something I've noticed for years as you go over Stockport Viaduct. Got no interests or thoughts about going to the Hat Museum, but it's just one of those sites you notice. We are coming into platform 0 as well. We are 4 cars, so that should be just about the right places. Peter Greensmith used to say, PTG Rail. Yeah, and it's, I don't know, it's just got some character about it somehow. Stockport Station. There is that 170 cross country, and away it goes with its doors open. That's good. At least with the Train Sim Classic, you don't get the camera glitching around when you move about. You've got that multi-storey car park. I think the Alan Thompson team have put some sort of I think they've put ATS rather than NCP, if I remember rightly, and you've got the Holiday Inn there. And I think there's like a gym behind it, so looking forward to see the detail in Train Sim World 5, I have to say. And we've only really so far had the sneak peek with the preview, and also with the preview stream that Alan Thompson himself did a couple of weeks ago on Twitch. I didn't spot that in the platforms there. Yeah, we've got the Pride liveried Pendolino. But again, it's a busy old station, and there is also Edgeley Park as well, Stockport County's ground on the right, which is on the game. Again, it's one of those things that I'm looking forward to seeing whether it's on the Train Sim World version. Surely there has to be a representation of Edgeley Park, even if it's not a custom model. So this is shortly where we are going to vary from the TSW5 route, because we're going to be taking the Sheffield line to Hazel Grove, whereas on Train Sim World you would carry on through to Cheadle Hulme and then on to Wilmslow, and if you're doing a stopping service to Alderley Edge, which is just a bit beyond Wilmslow. So we've got a Northern 158 coming into view. Be interesting to see if we get a 185 and a Transpennine working as well before we reach our destination. I would hope so. So Davenport is our first stop. And I might have mentioned about the 769 before, but as I say, they're bi models now. But I've had one experience of being on a bi model train at the 769, and that was on a ride from Wigan Walgate to Manchester. I can't remember whether it's supposed to be Victoria or Piccadilly, the end point, but anyway, either way, it didn't quite make it. It broke down just around the Bolton area. It was just after Bolton, because it had to, in the end, reverse. I think it was kind of okay from the rear cab, but they couldn't get it working. I think they got an engineer on the case, but we were stuck there for a good 45 minutes, it must have been. We've got a freight coming through, haven't we, here? Oh, I like that double-headed freight. So Woodsmore is next. I mean, at these fairly low speeds, we might be alright actually having just the window open a bit. Just adds to the sound level slightly, and I think we're okay. I think once you start getting about sort of over 40, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, it starts sounding a bit too noisy, but I think we should be okay at these speeds. I do have the Armstrong Powerhouse weather pack in as well. Should have the vegetation pack in. It's that long since I've driven Train Sim Classic, I'm almost forgetting some of the controls. No, did we actually press? Yeah, we did, didn't we? Definitely did, yeah. Oh no, wait a minute, no we didn't. Yeah, might need a slight jump down there from the being slightly overshooting the platform a tad. Try shutting the doors first. Yeah, the door's definitely shut. Oh, I might. Oh no, we're all right. Yeah, I was thinking I got my DRA on them for a second. Panicking unnecessarily. It's just nice, all the detail that's gone into this. You can see, you know, you sort of got quite a bit of paraphernalia going on in the back gardens as well. And it's not just kind of uniform. So I think as far as Train Sim World goes, this is kind of like the gold standard in many ways. I think you've got the buildings here. This is Stepping Hill Hospital. But I've kind of done this video really as just a taster. I mean, okay, this is Train Sim Classic, and the graphics obviously much more superior in Train Sim World 5. But kind of a little appetizer for the Manchester Airport commuter route. So I'm planning on doing a live stream on release night. We'll have a good look at what's on offer. Didn't mention it, by the way, but the oh, should have kept it in step 3. That's all right. This is a scenario that I've downloaded from Alan Thompson Simulation, and it's been created by Calc 0404. So really nice scenario. Plenty of traffic. Oh, right, okay. We've got something else coming through. Let's have a look. That's something we won't have in the TSW5 route. Yeah, electric train stop here. This is the end of the electric part of the route. Very much diesel from here on if you're going to either Buxton or to Sheffield. So thank you very much for watching, and well, let's knock the E off. There we go. So if you haven't done so already, if you consider liking and subscribing to the channel, then I would be really tremendously grateful for that. And thank you very much for all the support, both new and old alike. It's really, really appreciated. We have a live stream on Sundays at 5 o'clock, usually Sundays 5 o'clock, for 4 hours of Train Sim World 5 action. So I hope you could join me for one of those if you get the chance. But thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm Powerflower, Trains and Planes. It's goodbye from me.